What's up, guys? This is Cajonads from Hell's Army bringing you another war recap, this time against Iran Love. This wasn't a terribly close war. It was 9 stars in the end that decided it. Um, they only got two Talon 9 3 stars on Beer and Boss. And then they didn't even clear all of the Talon 8s in the end. We, on the other hand, had a very nice war. I think we 3-starred 7 Talon 9s, only leaving 4 remaining. And then left one Talon 8, but we could have gotten that if it had been a real close war. We would have had someone go clean that up. We did struggle a bit up top on the Talon 10s, but our Talon 9s really gave us a good cushion uh, when it came to our Talon 10s kind of having some trouble. Anyway, we're going to show four raids today. First one is going to be by King Duke on number 14. This is a Talon 8 Goho. Now, Gohos you don't often see at Talon 8 just because there's no Archer Queen and you only have one double bomb set. So usually you don't get a lot of value from the Golem Wizard kind of part of it. But he still does it. And it actually works out very nicely. He's a lot of value here. Uses the poison on the dragon, mostly the archers, I think. He does put all of his wizards in the same spot, which is not what you want to do against the dragon since it does deal splash damage. He does end up taking it out, though. That's fine. Golem in, wall breakers offset so this wizard tower doesn't kill the wall breakers before they can get their shots off. Wizards for the funnel, and then brings in his Bard King. His goal here is to take out this whole pocket of defenses, the enemy Barb King, and he even gets a skeleton trap from it. So a lot of value from this. That's important that Talon 8 is getting a lot of value from your hybrid portion. Anyway, before he even takes out the enemy king, his hogs are down. That's great because if you know the outcome of the hybrid, there's no point in waiting. They're just gonna take unnecessary damage. Brings his hogs in here. He has 3 heals for them, and he's healing them throughout the base. One goes here and trips one of the double bombs. It's a very badly placed double bomb. Here goes the other one. So that was a completely useless double bomb. His hogs do split up top to the sweeper, and that kind of hurts him here, just because he has the skellies on him here, and then the heal spell's only healing these 2. But overall, the others meet up with him, and when the smoke clears, he has a ton of wizards left. He has hogs, and he's just completely demolished this base. So great job, King Duke. He took the base out with only 20 hogs, which is pretty awesome. Next raid is going to be by Picus against their number 13. This is going to be a Goho, but a Talon 9 version. Now in this one, he has 2 golems and then 2 witches as well. His goal is to get the queen, this whole side of defenses. There's a lot of defenses on this left side, as well as there's a double bomb spot location here. Although and it ends up being Teslas, which is fine because Teslas do a lot of damage to hogs, so it works out. Brings in wall breakers and then a jump to let him all the way into the core. His queen and the raged wizards just completely demolished both the dragon and the enemy queen. The king is taking out defenses up top. So this whole left side has really just been demolished. And then the Hawks come in from the right side. He did deploy right on top of the Barbarian King, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like deploying straight on the opposite side of your golem, your hybrid part, just because, like, as you kind of saw, the hogs split, and that's usually how you fail, is that the hogs will split and then one of the groups dies and you just don't have enough to take the whole base. But it works out fine for him. He has enough heals to cover them. This back end, the king is doing some work on his hogs, but he just has too many and it's too little too late for this base. He just got so much value from the hybrid that the hogs, they only have only a little bit of the base to take out. So he comes up and 3 stars this base. So really nice Picus. Great job, and it's awesome to see the way you came in from this left side and took out pretty much half of the base. Next raid is going to be by Hestia on their number 11. This is going to be Go We Wipe, and when I first saw this attack, it kind of has a rough start, and I was watching this live, and I was saying there's no way that this is going to 3-star. And then it ends up just completely overkilling the base. So this is heavy on the witches for a GoE wipe. Which is great to see. Witches are the only real way you're going to 3-star with a GoE kind of style attack. 3 golems. One of them, the top one comes to the archer tower, but that's fine. And now both his king and the P.E.K.K.A, as well as 3 witches go up top. I'm thinking, oh man, he's screwed. He only has like 1 witch here. He actually has 3 left to deploy though, and his queen. But he ends up this middle team here ends up going all the way through the base, while this top team up here, the king and the P.E.K.K.A are tanking, while this wizard and witches are taking on all the defenses. Here in the middle, he has like 4 witches, he has a ton of wizards, he has his queen, and then he has his golem. So he has a ton of damage coming out, which is just wrecking this core. And he's held his jump spell. He brute forced his way through all the walls here. And he's going to say this jump spell for the back end, which is another kind of tip you can use if you want to be 3-starring with GoE attacks. Is that you really need something to get out of the core, some way to get to the back end of the base. And there he uses it. His golem, that allows his golems to get in front, tank. It allows all his wizards to come and get these defenses. And if you look, this entire top side has been taken out by this king and the P.E.K.K.A. His queen came down here and took out both the mortar and the wizard tower, which are very dangerous to witches as they are splash damage. And then when you zoom out, he must have 6 witches left. He has golems. He has a ton of wizards. Full health king, full health queen, full health P.E.K.K.A. Just absolutely destroys this base. Very, very impressive. Great raid. Next raid is going to be a number 6 by me. It's going to be a Go Laloon. This was the second attack on the base, so I knew where the traps were. I knew it was in the clan castle. I decided to lure with the hog here, just because it was super easy lure. And then this isn't to kind of lure the dragon to the side and kill it, but I'd rather deal with the dragon up front while it's on my golems than as opposed to very deep in the base when my queen's trying to take it out and then there's all these defenses on her. So I think it's just safer to bring it out, especially if it's one hog to lure. 2 golems go down. I bring in a bunch of wizards for my funnel. I want to make sure both my heroes go in. These 2 come up, start hitting the dragon, and then my queen joins in. My goal here is take out the archer queen, these 2 air defenses right here, the sweeper and the air sweeper. I actually get a little bit more than that, which is great. Jump spell in here. This jump spell connects all of these compartments. Even from the outside here, it may not look like the jump spell completely connects, but it does. And it connects all these compartments right here. I'm taking out the 2 archer towers on the side. Those are also a threat to Laloon. The more towers you can take out, the better. Even if they're ground defenses, that's one less place that the balloons have to pass to. King comes in here. I rage him. Sadly, he starts hitting skeleton traps, and I don't get a lot of value from that rage. But my queen's in here. As we saw with King Duke earlier, I'm starting the Laloon portion here, even though the second air defense hasn't gone down. Just because I know, my queen, she's on the air defense. She has the ability. I know that she's gonna take it out. So as long as I'm very conscious of using her ability, it's just beneficial in every way to start the Laloon portion. I kind of mess up the drop here. I deployed these 2 loons up here too early, and then both the archer tower and wizard tower are targeted on them, as opposed to the lava hounds. But that works out fine because they still take it out. I bring a rage in here. By the way, these 2 loons were late. 2 sets of loons were late. I kind of forgot to do that. I bring 4 haste. And the haste isn't used deep in the base with haste spells. It's just about speed, so there's no need to cover a lot of defenses with them, because you don't get the extra damage boost. The main thing is the speed. So I use a rage in deeper because I want to get through this air sweeper, and I also want to make sure they take out this air defense. Last town, a couple more loons in a haste. And you notice I've saved 1 balloon. This is very important. I drop it on this cannon. But it's not to take out the cannon, even though it does. This is to distract the wizard tower. As you see, there's 2 level 7 wizard towers on this back end. Wizard towers are extremely dangerous to balloons. As you see, the 1 wizard tower by itself, while the other one was distracted on the balloon, pretty much brings all of my loons to below 1/3 health. And if I hadn't had this distraction loon right here, it would have been targeting the whole group, and I probably would have lost this raid on time. But in the end, because of that, the first loon gets a drop off, and then one of the dying balloons kills the wizard tower. So I think that's what saved this raid. It would have been a very high 2-star. I would have just ran out of time. I don't think if I didn't have all these loons on the bottom to help clean up. And I ended up 3-starring the base. So good attack me, you know. Uh, good war overall. We got a lot of 3-stars. Of course, I couldn't show everyone's raids, but there were a lot of nice raids this war. So great job, Hell's Army. And that's the war. So everyone, hope you have a nice day. And this is Cohonads signing out.